If you ever find yourself wondering what's next, as in what's your next big move or big project or legacy, or if you sometimes feel unmotivated or discouraged to even make a big splash, I hear the phrase, "I'm too old for that" a lot, as I'm sure you do. This video is about not selling yourself short and not shying away from new adventures and creativity. Watch until the end and let yourself be inspired by these 10 late bloomers so that your life can be more fulfilling and purposeful. Hi, I'm Sid Meyer, a life coach for older adults and your guide to your ideal retirement life. The purpose of this video is to show you that not only is it a total myth that creativity and accomplishments decline as you age, but there are plenty of reasons why older adults need creativity and a revived sense of purpose and accomplishment in their lives. Not to mention, your creative output can peak at any age. It's about when you decide to put your heart and soul into something. So for instance, if you think entrepreneurship is mainly for the risk-taking youth, think again. Contrary to what most people assume, according to a study by Kaufman, it turns out that the highest rate of entrepreneurial activity belongs to the 55 to 64 age group. And in fact, the lowest rate of entrepreneurial activity goes to the youngest group, those who are between the ages of 20 and 34. That was the case between 1996 and 2008 anyway, according to the study. When you think about the famous high-tech companies started by young entrepreneurs like Google and Facebook, this may come off as surprising. But if you put it in terms of the growing life expectancy trends that are happening these days, it makes total sense. By 2050, for instance, American life expectancy is anticipated to be 83 years compared to 78 years, which is what it is today. All this to say, there's a growing opportunity for late bloomers to go big. And today I'll share just 10 late bloomers to inspire putting your own dreams into play, starting with HARLAND David Sanders. On the topic of entrepreneurship, Colonel Sanders opened his first franchise of the famous Kentucky Fried Chicken in 1952, which is when he was 62 years old. It's worth noting that Colonel Sanders did not have a previous career in the restaurant and food industry, and in fact, his early life jobs included a steam engine stoker, insurance salesman, and filling station operator, completely unrelated. And it wasn't until the Great Depression that Colonel Sanders started selling his secret recipe fried chicken, which of course expanded super rapidly across the US and overseas. So much so that he sold it when he was 73 years old in 1964 for $2 million, which is like $18 million today. Another entrepreneurial spirit, Ruth Thompson, launched her passion business, Hugs Cafe, in 2013 when she was in her late 50s. While Ruth found her passion for working with special needs adults as an instructor 15 years prior to that, she founded Hugs Cafe without any previous experience running a nonprofit or business. Ruth is now in her later 60s and spearheading her thriving nonprofit business with a mission to empower adults with special needs to change their lives for the better by creating jobs and providing extensive training every day. The third late bloomer on our list is known for being the world's oldest yoga instructor. Tao Porchon-Lynch also had a passion for helping and teaching others. After a career in modeling and acting and producing films, Tao decided to pursue her passion for teaching yoga at the age of 49. She was so serious about being a yoga master that she became a founding member of the Yoga Teachers Association in 1976 at age 58, and then flew to Israel to attend the Yoga for Peace International Peace Conference in 1995 at age 77. She was awarded the world's oldest yoga instructor title in the Guinness Book of World Records in 2012 when she was 93. And she mentioned shortly after that she would be teaching yoga until she couldn't breathe anymore, which she did. Tao passed in 2020 at the age of 101, and she leaves a beautiful legacy where you can still learn from her yoga mastery in a collection of her online classes. Another remarkable physical strength, Gladys Burrill, was an avid runner who holds the world record for an oldest woman to compete in a marathon. This is an impressive record that Gladys achieved in 2010 at the age of 92. It was at the Honolulu Marathon, which by the way, she completed 5 out of 7 attempts, where she set the Guinness World Record after completing the race in just shy of 10 hours. If you think you need to be a runner most of your life to run a marathon, that's not the case, because Gladys ran her first marathon at age 86 in 2004. On the topic of setting running records, Ida Keeling is another woman known for her racing. In 2011, when Ida was 95, she set the world record in her age group for running 60 meters, which she did in 29.86 seconds. On top of that, Ida has more impressive wins. In 2012, at age 97, she set the W95 American record at the Eastern Regional Conference Championships. In 2014, at age 99, she set the fastest known time for a 99-year-old woman in the 100-meter dash at the 2014 Gay Games. In 2016, at age 100, she set the record for being the first 100-year-old woman in history to complete a 100-meter run at the 2016 Penn Relays. And just like Gladys, Edith did not spend most of her life training as a runner. In fact, her daughter Shelley, who's also a world record holder, convinced her mom to run her first mini run when Ida was 67. And of course, physical activity and running aren't the only awe-inspiring formats. Our next late bloomer, Laura Ingalls Wilder, was an American writer known for the children's book series Little House on the Prairie. Laura actually didn't become a disciplined writer until 1924 at age 48, after a decade of writing as a columnist for the Missouri Ruralist. But Laura's real fame hit at age 65 when Little House in the Big Woods was published in 1932. And then in 1954, when Laura was 87, the Laura Ingalls Wilder Medal was established, only 3 years before her passing. Such a beautiful legacy. Another late bloomer author, Harry Bernstein, was a British-born American author who started writing his book, The Invisible Wall, a love story that broke barriers, when he was 93 years old. His book was published in 2007 when he was 96. If you're wondering what the catalyst to Harry's creativity was, it was spurred by the passing of his wife, Ruby, in 2002, when he experienced a bout of loneliness after an amazing 67 years of marriage. And yet another writer late bloomer who left a legacy publication is Peter Mark Roget, who authored Roget's Thesaurus. It's work that's been worked on by 3 generations. Peter started working on his newfound passion for writing as an older adult after retiring from his medical career in 1840 at the age of 61. He worked on his thesaurus as a way to battle depression. His thesaurus first printed in 1852 when he was 73, and it had 28 printings. Following his passing in 1869, when Peter was 90, the thesaurus was revised and expanded by his son John, and then again by his grandson Samuel. Love the generational legacy there. Beyond the written format, Anna Mary Robertson Moses, known as Grandma Moses, was an American folk artist who started her painting career at age 78. While she dreamed of being a painter since childhood, she actually didn't pursue this passion of hers until later in life. After working as a live-in housekeeper for 15 years, Grandma Moses married at age 27 and then lived and worked the farm life with her husband and 5 of her children. Grandma Moses' legacy includes her renowned works, The Old Checkered House, 1862, painted in 1942 with an approximate $100,000 value, and Sugaring Off, painted in 1943 with an approximate $1.2 million value, just to name 2 of them. Our final inspiring late bloomer in our shortlist is CLARA PELLER. She was another shining star who started a bonus career as an older adult. For 35 years, CLARA worked as a manicurist at a local beauty salon in Chicago, and then at age 80, she worked as a temporary manicurist for a TV commercial set. It was shortly after that, in 1984, at age 81, when CLARA hit stardom. Because of her unique voice and no-nonsense personality, she was contracted as an actress and then starred in a famous Wendy's ad campaign known for its "Where's the Beef" commercial, which, by the way, CLARA also made that 3-word phrase a cultural phenomenon and boosted Wendy's worldwide sales by 31% to reach a whopping $945 million. Crazy. Let's recap our list of 10 inspirational late bloomers. Colonel Sanders opened his first KFC franchise at age 62. Ruth Thompson launched Hugs Cafe in her late 50s. Tao Porchon-Lynch started her yoga teaching passion at 49. Gladys Burrill ran her first marathon at 86. Ida Keeling did her first mini run at 67. Laura Ingalls Wilder started writing more seriously at age 48. Harry Bernstein started working on his first book when he was 93 years old. Peter Mark Roget started working on his thesaurus at age 61. Grandma Moses started her painting career at 78, and CLARA PELLER became a famous actress at age 81. This list of just 10 late bloomers is so inspiring. And I know, because I help older adults every day, that because of all that you've accomplished in your life so far, that you have so much more to unleash and share with the world. Not only is it never too late to partake in big, purposeful dreams that energize you, but when you connect with your authentic self and really investigate more deeply and honor all that you have inside of you, there's so much joy and love that comes out specifically during retirement for you and for others. You get to share your unique gifts with the world, which is so desperately needed right now. And it gives you a sense of purpose during this important life phase and helps your health and overall well-being. It's your turn to shine. So how do you want to show up in the world? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us help you and this important audience of older adults. Thank you for being here and supporting our mission to shift our culture to uproot ageism. May you be the next prime example of a late bloomer. I'll see you in the next video.